appreciate you wherever you are connecting us from. Welcome you to this very program. Please like and share the program on your platform. Like and share to family and friends. Like and share to anyone that is close to you. Join us so that we can spread this gospel and reach out to as many people as possible. Welcome. Welcome. You are welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Like and share the program on your own platform.
Bluetooth mode.
Promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world and their children and their children and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. Oh Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the BBOs, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isodo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in he said,
welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this very program today. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this very program. Wherever you are joining us from, I appreciate you and I welcome you to this very program. If you are connecting to this program from Biafra land, from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, from Russia, from China, whichever part of the world that you are connecting this very program to, I welcome you and I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. Once again, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video or each time I come online. You'll be one of those who will be notified first. Check your notification if it is working, and also give a thumbs up to the video. Each time you join us on this very platform, please make sure you share the video to at least one platform. Each time you join us on this very platform, on this live stream, make sure you invite at least one person. That is very important. This is a platform that is standing for the Biafra Republic of in Exile, a platform that is standing under the command of Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, a platform that is standing on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this platform, we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. It does not matter what the world thinks. It does not matter what people are saying. It does not matter what the world think about us. What matters is what we think about ourselves and what Chukwu Okike Abiyama thinks about us. In this very platform, we don't come here to be politically correct. We say it the way it is. We speak the truth and nothing but the truth. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to attack individuals or persons. We do not come here to preach lie, blackmail, or propaganda. What I do in this very platform is to set the record straight, to speak the truth, regardless who is concerned. My main purpose of coming to this platform is to make sure that Biafrans get the right information, to encourage Biafrans to pursue that which they are supposed to pursue. My main purpose here is to make sure that the Biafrans do not lose focus on that which matters. I have taken out that as my own part of responsibility to make sure that on a daily basis I speak to my fellow Biafrans and let them know the truth and the way forward on certain issues. We cannot afford to allow any confusion among us because a lot of things are going on that people are not paying attention to. In this platform, every morning I come here, it is an interactive section. I hold an interactive station. That is why I always place that link you see there. There's a link that is pinned on the comment section. That link that is pinned on the comment section is for the audience to come in and air their opinion. You have every right to your opinion. It does not matter what you think or what you have in your mind. I can't take that away from you. You have every right to hold on to your opinion. But when you are coming up here, please make sure you keep your words civil. Whatever you're going to say, keep it civil. This platform is for those who really want their freedom. It does not matter your religion. It does not matter your tribe. It does not matter your dialect. It doesn't matter who you think you're supporting or who you are not supporting. This is a platform where we talk about freedom. And you have every right to use that link. Come in and make your own case known. I am standing here on behalf of the Biafran people. I am speaking for Biafra and standing for Biafra because Biafra is where I belong. I am an Igbo Biafran, unapologetically an Igbo Biafran. Very happy to be and will always be. Even in the next world, if there's another next world to come, I will still be a Biafran. I don't need any approval or permission from anybody. I don't need any praise from anybody. I am a Biafran. That is what I am. And I will remain that, an Igbo Biafran. So you can equally use that very link there to come in and make your opinion. Click on that link. You come in. Whatever be your own line of thought, share it with us. The only thing we beg you is that in this platform, we don't insult people. We don't attack people. We are focused. Make your argument, state your argument. Be civil. Don't insult anybody. You will have as much time as you have to say what you want to say. And the whole world is watching. If your argument is sensible, you never can tell, you can win a soul. But if your argument is not reasonable, the whole world will see how unreasonable you are. And at the same time, you can learn from us. Nobody knows it all. Even those of us that are talking, we don't know it all. You must not agree with everything I say here. I always say it. You must not agree with everything I say here. When you listen to whatever message we have, make your own verifications, make your own confirmations, then we can come up. When you apply your common sense, you make your choice on what to do. Chukwu Okike Abiyama have given us human beings the choice to choose what we want. And nobody is going to take away that right for us, the right to choose. I will not be the one to deny you the right to make your choice. You are entitled to your opinion, as I said before. What we are doing here is to give you the guideline and give you facts that could help you make a reasonable choice. I am here speaking for my freedom. And I believe that every one of you watching is also speaking up for your own freedom. You must know why you are here. First of all, you're not here for me. Neither are you fighting for me. You are not just fighting for Mazen Nandekan or Mazen Simon Epa. It is about your own freedom, your life. And you'll be held responsible for everything you do. If you do good, you do yourself. You do bad, you do yourself. So before I go deep into this very discussion today, I have to welcome everybody on this board. I welcome my beloved sister, Linda TV Show. I appreciate you, my sister, a fellow comrade. You are always here and you are part of those who is spreading the gospel of Biafra. May Chukwu Kabagara and protect you. Emenike Chibo, thank you so much, Emenike Chibo. You are one of the first person that came in. I appreciate you so much, Emenike Chibo. Emmanuel Akubundo. Emmanuel Akubundo, thank you so much for joining. Emmanuel, I appreciate you. Onyinyechi Oji, Thank you for joining. Onyinyechi Oji. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Amechi Jonas, my beloved brother, you always here, Amechi, always supporting and giving me that energy that I desire. Thank you so much. Diana Ogumbiade, another beloved sister, she is always here on this very platform. She's always here every morning, cheering up, supporting in all aspects. I appreciate you, my beloved sister Diana Ogumbiade. Thank you so much for being here. And every other person that is on this platform, whether you are commenting or you're not commenting, your presence is highly welcome and you are recognized. You are a special guest any place you are. Every one of us is equally important. When it comes to Biafra, there is no sacred cow. Nobody is much important than the other. We are all important. And every one of us have our own role to play. The only thing you have to do is to hold on to your own role and make sure you are playing your role. Today we are going to discuss about a topic which I wrote there. I say the unreserved truth of the day. The unreserved truth of the day. Your loyalty as a Biafran must be to Biafra and Biafrans. Your loyalty must be to Biafra and Biafrans. I want to be sure that every one of us know what we are doing and where we are heading. I want to be sure that what I'm pursuing is what you are pursuing. When our Supreme Damazin Nane kind of talked about carrying everybody along, the intention that was made to create awareness and make sure that we are aware of what we are getting into. That our service and loyalty is to Biafra and to Biafran people. Everything I'm doing in this platform is for the actualization of Biafra and to encourage and support the Biafran people. It is not for my own personal interest. It is for the interest of my nation, for my unborn generation, to make sure that we keep the legacy alive, to make sure that we have a nation that will still exist after we are gone, to hold that torch and make sure that it continues to light up and never quench. Our parents has fought this battle when it was their time. They fought gallantly. Some people say they failed. They never failed. To me, they didn't fail. Those our parents who fought in the past never failed. Because it was because of their effort that we were able to come. If they were not able to hold on to that battle, then we might have not been, we would have not been able to come at this time. The intention of the enemy at all times has been to wipe us away from the surface of the earth. The intention of our enemy have always been to wipe us away. We didn't create ourselves. The very portion that Chukwukama has given us in that continent of Africa, in their so-called Nigeria, that southeastern part of Nigeria, where Chukwukama have placed the Biafran people, it is not our making. We didn't choose there. None of us chose where we were born. None of us chose who gave back to us. These were things that are managed by Chukwukama alone. And once you find yourself where you find yourself, all you have to do is to defend it, protect it, and make it a habitable place. And that is what we are doing today. Chukwukama had the reason for putting us in Biafra land. And to remind you, each time I speak about Biafra, I am talking about the old southeastern region. So do not cage your mind and belittle your mind to your own region alone. No. I am not speaking for Igbo nation. I am not speaking for Ijo nation. I am not speaking for Ifik nation. I am not speaking for Ishakari nation. I'm not speaking for any other nation, but I'm speaking for Biafra as a country. The old southeastern region, which comprises of the present south-south and the southeast with the lower Benue. To make it more understandable, any place that you are and your mother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, you better begin to understand that you are a Biafran. You are a Biafran. So don't limit your mind to your own zone when I'm talking about Biafra. No. Broaden your mind and accept that fact. Who brought us, have given us that responsibility to make sure that Biafra is restored. And more especially, I see it, I might be wrong, but I see it, that responsibility of restoration of Biafra has fallen on the shoulder of the Igbo Biafrans. That is how I see it. I might be wrong. That responsibility has fallen on them. And they are carrying it on their shoulders to make sure that Biafra is being restored. Sometimes, in the course of the way they are going about it and making sure that Biafra comes, people, they have incurred enmity on several places. Some people see them as being oppressive. Some people see them as being dominating. But that is not the truth. There is no doubt that in that very region, the old southeastern region, in as much as we know that there is nothing like minority, we are one. There is nothing like minority in Biafra. We are all one and equal people. And Supreme Lamazin Nani can explain that there's nothing like minority when it comes to Biafra. Except you decide to make it yourself. We are one people from one ancestral parents having the same blood flowing in vein. But there are some people who has one dialect that are much in number than the others. The people that are greater in number than others are the Igbo Biafrans. And that is why they are everywhere supporting and carrying this thing of the children. It will seem as if it is only them. It's only them. There are some other our brothers in the riverine area that are doing tremendously well. So many of them are on the front line. So many of our brothers in the riverine area, they are in the front line. So many of our brothers in the coastal region, they are carrying Biafra on their shoulders. Don't think it is only people on the mainland. The only difference is that the responsibility of people on the mainland and those on the coastal region are not the same. The situation are not the same. So you don't expect things that are happening in the mainland to happen in the coastal region. And you don't expect this that happen in the coastal region to happen in the mainland. We know there are misunderstandings. There are obstacles and hindrances. There are limitations to what people can do. We must always understand that. But in the message of today, I want you to always put your head together and know that your loyalty is to Biafran people, not to an individual, not to a man, not a woman. Whatever you are doing today, you are doing it for yourself. It does not matter the challenges you are going to see. You see, challenges are going to come. Challenges, they are going to come. Distraction is going to come. The people you trust and love so much are going to disappoint you. Take it to the bank. One thing you will always have at the back of your mind is to prepare for disappointment. If you are prepared for disappointment, you will not be surprised when certain things happen. You will not be shaken. But when you are not prepared, when some things happen, they will throw you off balance. And you will remain in regret. While you are remaining in regret and talking about regret, people are moving forward. That is why today you must prepare for everything as a Biafran. For you to overcome, first of all, channel your strength and energy on the restoration of Biafra. Have it at your mind that the only mission you have is to restore Biafra, and your loyalty is to Biafra and to Biafran people. If you have that at the back of your mind, you will not betray Biafra. If you have that at the back of your mind, you will not do otherwise. Even when you are offended, even when you are discouraged, even when you see people you trust falling aside, you will remain strong and focused, knowing fully well that your loyalty is for Biafra and Biafran people. We are in a very difficult time. At this critical time, a lot of things are going to happen. Prepare for disappointment. Prepare for unexpected events. Prepare for challenges. They will definitely come. Don't say, God forbid. It is going to happen. But let me tell you, if you prepare for this, there is no way you cannot overcome. You will not be taken by surprise. Nobody is going to push you aside. And you cannot betray Biafra simply because an individual offended you, or simply because things did not go your own way. Our mission is to restore Biafra. Just like Mazen Nandekano said, if you know anything you can do to get us Biafra, go ahead and do it. It does not matter who brings it. And I stand there. It does not matter who brings Biafra. What I want is Biafra. I want a sane nation. Because when I look at the Zoological Republic and what is happening, the Zoological Republic is already a helpless place, a place that has no future. The situation of the zoo is a very helpless situation that has no solution. Forget about people that are deceiving themselves. All the gathering, when you see them, when you look through, except you are not paying attention. If you pay attention to the zoo, you will know that it is a very helpless situation and nothing is going to wait for 1,000 years. It will continue to get worse. When a new government comes, it gets worse. It does not matter who becomes the president of the zoo. It does not matter who becomes the president of the zoo. If you like, make your senior brother the president. It doesn't matter. The status quo will remain. In fact, it will get worse. As you all know, there has never been any new government that came and became better than the old one. You only get a new government and they become worse than the previous. There is nothing you can look upon and you say, okay, maybe by tomorrow or in 20 years' time that Nigeria is going to be good. No. The only thing you see is that in 20 years' time, it is going to be worse. That is why the Biafran people must have to wake up, face the reality now. That is why you see our people standing firm in all angles, in all sections, not looking back. The pursuit of Biafra is something that we must do. Our loyalty is to Biafra and to Biafran people, not to an individual. We are entering into a very difficult stage. We are entering even into a very sensitive times. You are going to is this but believe you me, if you know what you are looking for, you won't shake. If you sincerely know what you are pursuing, you won't move an inch. As I said before, it does not matter who brings Biafra. What matters to us is we want to be free. We want a nation where people can live like a human being. We want a nation where people can behave like human beings and act accordingly like human. We don't want to run a banana republic like the zoo. That is not what we wish for ourselves. Never. As you are watching this program, I want you to begin to meditate within yourself. Ask yourself, what is that thing that will make you to deny Biafra? What is that thing that will make you to say, I am no longer going to fight Biafra? Just ask yourself and check. Is there anything that can make you now say, I'm no longer fighting for this freedom? I won't talk about it anymore. Just look around you and check. Ask yourself, is there anything that will happen and you say, I am no longer interested in this freedom? Is there anything? Is there anything that you can hear today and you say, I am no longer interested in the freedom? I'm talking about your freedom, my own freedom. Is it hunger? Is it hardship? Is it blackmail? Is it propaganda? Is it false accusation that will make you to hands off and say, I am no longer going to fight for my freedom? Think again. What is that thing that will make you to hands off and say you will no longer ask for your freedom? After thinking and you found anything that works it, please deal with that issue. It doesn't work it. If you find anything that can make you say, I don't want to fight for freedom again, that means you are not ready right from the first day. That means you have not been able to define what you are looking for. Because we are talking about your freedom. Your freedom. As Mazen Nandekano is today, Mazen Nandekano is after the freedom of his unborn generation. And every sacrifice he's making today is because he has taken Biafra personal. He is doing it for himself. Just as you must do it for yourself. But when you begin to see it as if you are doing it for someone, at a stage you're going to give up. You say, why is it that these people I'm fighting for they're not even appreciative? When you begin to have that mentality that you are doing something you are fighting for people's freedom or you are helping people, that is when you begin to get weak. But when you take the responsibility that you are doing this thing for yourself, it does not matter what you hear, what people say. You know deep down in your heart that you are doing this for yourself. No man is going to deter you. Those of us who are following Mazen Nandekano message, at a time, Mazen Nandekano will get angry on his brokers. He said, if not for Chukwu Okekabiama, I will not speak to you again. If not for Chukwu Okekabiama, I will not speak with you again. Do you know why he says that? Apply your common sense. You will know why he's saying what he said. If Mazen Nandekan, even in the most critical time, could not hands off Biafra, why must you hands off Biafra? Is it hunger? People have faced that hunger and they are still standing. Is it blackmail? People have faced that blackmail and they are still standing. Is it insult, accusation, rejection? People have faced the same similar issue and they are still standing. And they were able to overcome because they knew what they were pursuing and what they're after. That is why you must ask yourself, what do you want? Try to know what you're fighting for. Have it at the back of your mind that the battle you are fighting is your own battle. It is my battle. It is your battle. We are talking about our collective interest here. It is not about individual interest. If it were to be about individual interests, so many of us will not be here. We are fighting for our collective interests to make sure we have a future, to make sure that we have a life. Because the enemy we are up against, their target is to wipe us away from the surface of the earth. That is their mission. And they're not going back. If you think they're going to stop anytime soon, they're not stopping. Let me tell you, even after Biafra have come, this battle will still continue. That is why I'm saying that you should prepare your mind. Prepare your mind and know that nothing will stop you to protect and defend your land. Even after we have gotten our freedom, the battle continues. We have to protect it and defend it. Look across the world, you will see what is happening today. What is happening in Israel should be a lesson for you also. The Biafran people, we must know that our loyalty lies to Biafra. And that was why Mazen Nanekano said that Biafra is our religion. If you know the way you protect your religion, you guide your religion jealously, you guide it, you don't want anything to come in between you and your religion.
That is the same way you should protect Biafra. It is our religion. Even though we have different religions that we stand for, we worship through. But our major religion is Biafra. And as I said in my previous message, our battle is not against individuals. It is not against any religion. Neither is it against any tribe. And do not take the battle as a battle against religion. That is why I see some people who waste their time to battle religion instead of focusing on the real enemy. Some people will come on platform and they will speak for hours. All they have to talk is religion, 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 religion. And they forgot the real enemy. The religion you are talking about, it is you that is also manipulating it. The religion we are talking about, it is we, the human, that manipulated it and making it where it is. The manipulation you see in the religions of the world is done by human beings. Today you blame Christianity, this, that. I don't involve in such kind of blames. That doesn't mean that when you see something wrong, you're not going to speak about it. You must speak about it. But put your focus on the main enemy. The major problem is the system. The system that is holding us captive is the major problem. A faulty foundation that was laid, and they gave a system that permits fraud on all aspects of life. Fraud on all aspects of life, nothing except, including religion. The system have planted fraud everywhere. That is why you cannot make any correction, neither can you do anything, except you destroy the system. That system through which they support every evil. That system through which they support fraud. That system through which they bring all manner of things against us. That system is what we are supposed to bring down by all means possible. That system will be supported by Western countries against us. If we are able to correct and get a good system, let me tell you, 80% of our problem will be solved. Religion will no longer be a problem. If the system is right, religion will never be a problem. And by the way, the government has the right to control everything that happens in a country, including religion. A government has the power to regulate even religion. But when the system is not right, how can a fraudulent man who has not put his own house in order be looking somewhere else to put in order? It is the duty of the government to provide some amenities for the people. When you take the responsibility of the government and you are pushing it to religious people, don't you think it's a misplaced priority? You're only deceiving yourself. You're only deceiving yourself. So many things we are pushing to religion today. These are responsibility of the government. Something that you must hold the government accountable for. And you are pushing it away. That is the religious leaders. It is the government that created that opportunity of fraud for them. And they are striving in it. What they are doing, some of the religious people, some of the churches or the mosque, they are indulged in one criminality or the other, and they are striving because the system permitted them to strive. Let me take, for example, when we complain about the schools, that the religious people build school, they take money from the poor ones, build school, and they make it expensive, and only the rich go to that school. The reason why somebody have to begin to have a mind of building a school is because from the onset, there is no good school on the ground. There's no good school on the ground. If the government have maintained a very standard school, if the government have a standard school where children will go to and get a standard education, there is no way a church will be having that mindset of establishing such kind of a school. I'm not saying that you can. There is no way you can even avoid what they call it, the private school. But Before you can see somebody begin to think of going to that aspect of luxury or flourishing in it, it is because there's nothing available. When you have that luxurious school or whatever, it is meant for those who can be able to afford it and they go there. But if the government have a standard school that every human being can go to, I can bet you that even when the church gamble into that kind of a project, many people from that church is going to stand up against it. They will stand against it. They will see it as a waste of resources because already the government have good schools in place for people. Government have free education for people. How can somebody see a place where there is free education, where people will be educated, and then you begin to establish a place where people go spend? Who wants to spend unnecessarily that form? Nobody does. The same thing in hospitals. If the government has a standard hospital for everybody, build a standard hospital, and in that hospital, they will have well-trained doctors. People will have health insurance that when you have headache, all you need to do is to dial the ambulance. Call the ambulance and the ambulance will come and pick you up to the hospital and you will be treated immediately. You will be treated immediately. And the money will be deducted from your insurance or whatever. So many countries of the world, this is how they function. People have their health insurance. The rich ones cover the poor ones. You can't, there's no way somebody can get to the hospital and say he or she will not be attended to. It doesn't happen in a civilized world. These are few things that make people begin to think properly. These are simple things that make people begin to, when you see that almost half of your problems have been solved, why must you be stressing yourself in going to extra mile to do some things that are not to be done? But in Nigeria, to be precise, you are on your own. From the very moment you came out from your mother's womb and step your foot on the floor, you're on your own. Parents take care of their children from the time they were born until they grow. Even some of them, after married, their parents is taking care of them. The few things that the government is supposed to do for you, education, road, water, and light, is nowhere to be found. Is nowhere to be found. And now people begin to channel their energy on places that responsibility did not lie. You blame institutions, you blame churches for not doing this, and it is not their responsibility. The only reason why people are looking up to that is because the government is not doing anything. If you have a system on the ground that is doing what they're supposed to do, let me tell you, many churches are going to shut down. It's just like the issue of healing you are hearing everywhere. People are advertising healing and doing all sorts of things in the church, all sorts of magic and jamboree in the churches. Some of them deceiving people. It is effective because there is no other health center where people can be able to go and lay their complaint without money. A helpless man that is sick has no money to go to the hospital. I have seen in several occasions where people are allowed to die in the hospital simply because they didn't have the money to make a deposit. I have seen a woman, that was the one I saw, a woman that is pregnant of twins. A woman pregnant of twins. The husband was able to carry her all the way from home to the hospital. But they allowed this woman to bleed and die in the hospital simply because the man could not be able to pay a deposit. Because the man could not be able to pay a deposit, they were watching this woman die in the hospital. It cannot happen in the Western world. It cannot happen. Even in this generation, many hospitals, when you go to give birth, they do it for you. Government hospital is free. In a country like the zoo, where they have resources, women are not supposed to be paying for hospital bill. They're not supposed to pay for, when you go there, you give birth and you will pay. You're not supposed to pay anything. In some other oil producing countries in Arab, mainly Arab oil producing, women don't pay for their hospital bill. They don't. When you give birth to a child, is something to be celebrated. That child will be celebrated. Even they will give you a gift, not you paying. But we have seen in several occasions where pregnant woman was allowed to bleed and die in the hospital, not at home, in the hospital, simply because the husband did not have money to pay a deposit. Who are you going to blame there? Are you going to blame the church, the hospital, the people, or the government? For the people that own their private hospital, they didn't open it for they didn't open it for free service. They want to make money. If they decide to give you a free service, it is out of their own will. It is not compulsory. It's out of humanity. They might decide to do certain things free. But when there is a hospital that belongs to the government, run by the government, it is the responsibility of the hospital to attend to anybody that steps into the hospital and make sure that the person is being treated and attended to. Because in one way or the other, you have paid a tax that have made you eligible to receive treatment at any time you are sick in the hospital. All these issues that are happening are the reasons why we are fighting to make sure we have our own nation where we can have a system that works for everybody. We cannot continue to pretend that all is well. All is not well. If we can have that system that protects everybody, it cannot happen in the zoo. Because the politics of the zoo is a deadly one. The diversity is a deadly one that cannot be tolerated. I saw a video when their drug baron and the president announced a palliative. In that palliative, I saw a video in the northern part of Nigeria carrying bags of rice. They are carrying bags of rice. The northerners were going home with bags of rice. Then I saw another video from the southwest where they were giving a community, not even up to, it's not one bag of rice, half bag of rice to a community. And in the southeastern part of Nigeria, there is not, in the southeast Biafran, there is even nothing. There is nothing like palliative anywhere. There's nothing like palliative anywhere. Now you begin to see the differences. You begin to see why you don't belong there. And any other indigenous person that is pretending that Nigeria is good for him, okay, so be it. Let him wait until Nigeria happens to him. A country that's supposed to be one and have different rules and laws operating in it. A country that's supposed to be a secular country, but yet it is not. They call it a secular country. But you go to the north, you will lose your life for doing what you can do in a secular country. You go to the north, you lose your life for committing no crime. In short, in fact, for obeying the law, you lose your life in the north. A country that have different system. In the north, they have Sharia law working for them in the north. In the south, there is no Sharia law. A country where you will go to a place, you think you are in a free country, and before you know it, you lose your life for doing nothing, for no just cause. We cannot continue to pretend that all is well. Because of these issues that is springing up right, left, and center from every angle, it has become very, very clear that the diversity in the Zoological Republic is a destructive one. And the only responsibility that you and I have today is to pursue Biafra. And your loyalty must be to Biafra and Biafran people. Your loyalty must be to Biafra and Biafra, not to anybody. It does not matter how highly placed the person is. It does not matter how close you are to that very person. It does not matter who you are talking to or who you are listening to. Your loyalty must be to Biafra. I am speaking to people who are from the old southeastern region. You This message belongs to you. Just like you have the people in the Southwest, their loyalty is to Ududua, and you can see them. Just like in the North. In the North, their loyalty is to Arewa. It is only in the southeastern part of Nigeria that you see people who are not loyal to their own people. Majority. In other areas, there are people who are not loyal, but they don't display it in the open. But in our own case, you see people who are not loyal bragging about it. You see people dividing their loyalty. You see people speaking from their noses, even when they know that what they are saying is wrong. In this restoration of Biafra, you must be focused. Your focus should be Biafra. The collective interest of everybody. How are we going to be free from the hand of the enemies? That should be your concern. How are we going to get Biafra? And as I said before, it does not matter who brings Biafra to us. And as soon as, if you are sincere in the pursuit of Biafra, if you are sincere deep down in your heart in pursuit of Biafra, Biafran people will know and they will support you. I myself will support. Once we see you and you are sincere, deep sincere to your heart, why won't we support? Of course. We're going to support you to push forward and make sure that the voice of Biafran people is being heard. Because Biafrans have suffered. We have become an endangered species in our own country, in a place that is supposed to be our home. Our enemies have been able to recruit people among us to bring us down. Our elders have signed up for the execution of their young ones. Our elders signed up for the execution of the young ones. They don't care what happens to anyone of us. The insecurity in Biafra land today, they have not spoken about it, and they are not ready to speak about it. All of us, we are here. Sunday Igboho was released through the help of his own people. But when it comes to the issue of Biafra, they are making sure that Mazen Nanaka is not released. They are making sure that Mazen Nanaka, but in not making sure that Mazen Nanaka, I cannot exonerate the presidency. You know, some people make that mistake and they say that our people are the people holding Mazen Nanaka, not other people. Let me tell you, that's one thing you have to know. Doing the right thing is just the responsibility of everybody. The release of Mazen Nandekan falls on the table of the presidency. The judge has said, let this man go. And the work of the judge is to pass judgments. The work of the lawmakers is to make the law. The lawmakers make the law. The judges make sure that the law is pronounced and stipulated. And the presidency makes sure that that law is implemented. That is how it works. We are practicing it. There are three systems that is going on, the three systems of government: the judiciary, the administrative, and the presidency. In administrative, you find out that they make the law, the lawmakers, they make the law. In the Senate and House of Representatives, they make the law. And that law that they made, the judges, the court will make sure that that law is being. And it is the duty of the presidency to make sure that that very law is implemented. Implementation. Now come to the case of Mazen Nandekan. The process has been followed. The late Muhammad Buhari said that Mazen Nandekan will follow the due process of the law. And they put him through that due process. Mazen Nandekan have faced their court. Going through the administrative way. The law was followed. The law that they made by themselves was followed. And their own judge, looking through that law, said that this man is innocent. Let him go. Now, it is left for the presidency to make sure that that word passed into law is implemented. Then you will not come and tell me that somebody the word passed and you accepted. It is instigate of evil. You accept. You can come and give an excuse and say that somebody else here is telling you. We know that people are going to love you. We know that people can come behind you. But for you to keep your own legacy and follow the truth and pursue fact, it is your responsibility to implement the law, and nobody must tell you otherwise. When the court has done their own part, it is now your own duty to make sure that that law is implemented. Release this man and let him go. So when some people come online, they want to exonerate the presidency. Do not exonerate the president. Don't. Even for the presidency to allow any governor or any able to manipulate them, they are part of the game. They are evil. They are evil. When somebody, when death will kill a man, he will just try to hold hand on one thing or the other. When death will come, there will be something that will be. Before police are there, something will be happening. And that is what is happening in the case of Mazen Nandekan. They are the one that told her that he will pass through due process. He has passed through due process. The lawmakers made a law. Through that law they made, they pushed it through their court exonerated Mazen Nandekan. Of the presidency to implement that pronunciation made in the court, and they have refused. All we are hearing is that this governor or that governor is telling you that is bullshit. For me personally, I'm not saying that governors are not involved. I am not saying that the Unreserved are not involved. But why must you give that an excuse not to implement the law? Why? If truly you are the president of all the nation, if true you are the president of that so-called contraption called Nigeria, you're supposed to treat everything on your table without seeking for any useless advice. The same manner you settled Mr. A, you settle Mr. B. When a file comes to your table, you deal with that file according to what it is in it. But what do we see? Lies, propaganda, games, selfish interests. You are listening to a governor. It is because you are selfish or because the governor worked for you during the time of your election. Because a governor worked for you during the time of election. Now, the governor is making a demand for you to disobey the law, and you are buying into it, and then you come out back and say that the governor says so. Why do you have to obey a governor? Why? Why do you have to go against the law because of a governor? Why do you have to go against the law because of a governor? The politicians have their problem, and we are going to deal with them mercilessly. That is certain. The internal conflict they are creating in Biafra will consume every one of them. That one is certain. But we cannot exonerate the presidency from the detention of Mazen Nandekan. We can never exonerate them. There's no excuse you can give me that somebody told you not to release him. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Can you say that in the United States? Can you say that in the UK? Can you say that in a lawful country, a place where rule of law operates? Can you say that? That a court to discharge and acquit somebody, and then you continue to hold that person that his brother said, are you mad? You must be insane. But this is what we see in the Zuluka Republic. And this is one of the reasons that we must all wake up and fight this battle to the end. This is the reason that we must not leave any stone unturned to get out of the zoo. And if we must succeed, every one of us should know that it is our responsibility to walk out of the zoo by all means possible. The responsibility falls on our shoulder. It falls on our shoulder. Your loyalty as a Biafran is for Biafra, not for any human being. Your loyalty as a Biafran is for the government of Biafra, not for any other person. if you want to have a sane nation, if you want to be free, you must prepare for everything. Prepare for every unfortunate thing that's going to happen. More things are going to come. I'm telling you, more surprises are going to come. More surprises are going to come. You are going to hear things you will hear. You say, oh, if I had known. But I bet you, do not shake. As I said before, prepare for every eventuality. Prepare for everything, including disappointment. Because when you are already prepared, you will not shake. When it happens, it wouldn't surprise you. When it happens, you wouldn't shake. You must be prepared. You must be prepared. My sister Diana said the voice is low. The voice is low. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Lance, the voice is low. Today, sometimes, just like when I used to, sometimes we are having so much attack. Sometimes when we come online, they make sure that we don't reach out to people. Even sending notification is impossible for them. They try to hold us down. Please let me know, my sister Diana, if the voice is better now. Let me know if the voice is better. I'm speaking as loud as you can. Let me know if the voice is better now so that we can be able to proceed. I'm very sorry. Oh, even my brother Daniel could not hear. Please let me know if you can hear me. Wow, I wasn't reading the comment. I just saw the comment now. I think that have been the problem. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me properly. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm very sorry for that. I just saw the comments now coming up about the low tone. I'm very, very sorry about that. I hope you can hear me better now. Sorry for that very disruption. Okay, it's better now. Sorry for that very obstruction. Sometimes when we are passing this message, you get carried away. I was not reading the comment section. I didn't notice that the voice has been low all this while. I hope it's better now. Okay, thank you so much, my beloved sister. I'm so sorry. I never knew that you were not hearing me. I'm very sorry about that. So as I was saying, every one of us must be up and doing. We must be up and doing and focus on the real thing. Our loyalty is for Biafra and Biafra alone. It's not for any man, not for any woman, regardless how highly placed they are. Always make sure that you have at the back of your mind that the fight we are fighting is not an individual fight. It is a collective fight to have our freedom. Have that at the back of mind and know that our battle is not against any tribe, not against any religion. We are battling against the institution that is holding us down. That institution is a very big one. Mazen Nandekano, when he explained that institution, he said they are highly placed. Anything you can talk about money, they have it. They have the money. Not that you see us making contribution. In their own case, all they need is just to throw in the towel and they take as much as they can. They have all the money. They have all the connection. They have everything by their side. But the only thing they do not have is Chukwu Kukabiam. And remember, one with God is majority. And that is our faith. That is why we say that Biafra is a spirit. It's not just the Biafra is not just a mere word. Some of us don't even understand it when we say Biafra is a spirit. Some of us confess it, we say it, but we don't understand what it means. When you say Biafra is a spirit, it means a lot. It means a great deal. That is why some things that are being spoken in the open, before you know it, it begins to manifest. Instruction will be given by Mazen Nandekano. Before you know it, it begins to manifest. Instruction will be given by a prime minister. Before you know it, it begins to manifest. It is because the spirit of Biafra is very, very active. Very, very active. And in this Biafra struggle, you must be very careful what you are doing. You must be very careful what you say. Know the reason why you are fighting for your freedom. If you are in this struggle for a selfish interest, you are going to be disappointed. I bet you'll be disappointed. If you are in this struggle to exalt yourself and make yourself popular, if your interest is to place yourself on some positions and make yourself special, you're definitely going to regret your life at times comes. It doesn't matter how long it takes. That is one thing with this struggle. The truth will always come out. It does not matter how long you hide it. You can't hide it. You can't take away the truth. The truth will always be the truth. No matter how you try to hide the truth, you can never, ever hide it away. More especially in this Biafra struggle. In this restoration of Biafra stage, this stage of restoration, everything is in the open. You can't even hide anything anymore. Everything is revealed before the whole world. You can't hide anything anymore. Gone are the days when you will be hiding. You see the way every one of us is sticking up our faces, sticking up our necks. That is the way it is today. If you try to hide, Chukwu will bring you out and you see whatever evil you're doing against Biafra will be exposed. To be exposed. But I want you to have at the back of your mind, those of us who are standing firm today to get Biafra, do not shake. Do not get discouraged. It does not matter the attack that comes to you. There's no attack that will come to you that is greater than what has come to Mazen Nandekan. No attack that will come to you that is greater than what has come to the Prime Minister. And the attack is still going on, both spiritual and physical. The attack against us, against our future, is still there. Both spiritual and physical, they are coming heavily. But are we going to give in to that attack? We can never give in to those attacks. No. We will not chicken out. We will not fall prey to others. No, we will not. We will not fall prey. We will continue to stand our ground. We can never walk away from our freedom because of blackmail propaganda. No, we will not. If you know what you are looking for, if you are genuinely a Biafran and you are sincere in your pursuit for Biafra, everything you see should be a stepping stone to your victory. If you are genuinely seeking for Biafra, everything you see, including attacks, blackmail, and propaganda, should be a stepping stone to your victory. In fact, see those attacks as a reason for you to fight more. When you run away from the battlefield, the battle doesn't end though. And your enemy is not going to run away. Your enemy is going to chase you. You continue to chase you until it consumes you. So it is better you stand and face your fears. Your loyalty is for Biafra and Biafran people. Every one of us. My loyalty is for Biafra and for Biafran people. Every day I come online, I speak on behalf of Biafrans and Biafran people. You see my brothers coming online to make their contribution on behalf of Biafra and Biafran people. And that is how it will remain. We will never allow anybody to take us for granted. No matter the challenges you see, never give up. Let your challenges make you see reason to fight for Biafra more. Let the challenges you see around you be a stepping stone for you. Let these challenges you see be your source of energy and source of strength. Chukwu Abiyama have made us to come. And because he has made us to come, we will not run away from these challenges. We will continue to fight until we get our freedom. Always have it at the back of your mind that the battle we are up against, the battle is a battle that must be won. But in the process of winning that battle, I want you to know and always remember that we are not fighting against individuals. We are not fighting against any religion nor any tribe. We are fighting against the institution that is holding us back. And your loyalty is to Biafra. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Your voice is very faint.
Yeah, they're saying that my voice is very faint. I don't know what is actually going on in my system today. I've tried as much as possible to raise my voice and still yet it's faint. I think it should be from maybe when I refresh, and I'm almost ending up. The thing I think is program. I didn't even when I saw it, the comments on the conversation, I was surprised.
That's fine. Good morning to you, my brother, and good morning to the people of Biafra, where my mother comes from. I say, may Chukwu continue to strengthen all of you and bless you in everything that you do to bring Biafra to our people and bequeath to our unborn children a better nation, free of bigotry, free of attacks, and free of crimes. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, from the topic, I am and will forever be loyal to Biafra. What about you? What about you that have the breadfruit in your house and sleep, start dozing, the breadfruit fell down, you couldn't pick it up, it is outsiders that are picking it. Will you fall into that category? I pray you don't. Make sure you wake up and collect that breadfruit that is in your father's land, your ancestral land, before others come to take it from you. It is a radio that I'm speaking. I am for Biafra. I will for always, forever be loyal to Biafra. I will fight for Biafra to come, and everything that is within my reach, I will use to support the freedom of my mother's ancestral land, so that the enemies that are coming into invade our land will be chased out, and the enemies within will, at last be shamed for what they have done. All the atrocities that they have committed against our people, thwarting the cause of this freedom actualization, they will be ashamed at the end of it. I use this opportunity to say, may God bless Mazen Namdekan, strengthen him physically and spiritually. May God bless Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic in exile, all the media warriors, all our fighters that are trying in order to bring peace and sanity in our land. The youth, the old, and the young. And say, may Chukwu bless all of you and prosper you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that wonderful contribution. Thank you so much. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect you. I appreciate you. So, my fellow Biafrans, I think our brother have just given us, call it a closing remark of the program. Wherever you are, ask yourself, who are you loyal to? Who are you loyal to? Are you loyal to Biafra, or you are loyal to someone else, or to an individual, or to a group? No. Your loyalty should be to Biafra, and make sure that Biafra comes. make sure that Biafra comes. It is so sad that today we are having a very, very poor reception of the audio. The audio is very poor, and I'm going to try to work on it. I promise by tomorrow it is not going to be the same. I really sincerely apologize for the poor reception of voice today. The audio is very poor today. I can even see, even when my brother Maxwell was speaking, it was still hitting up. Now I understand how bad it is. So I'm very, very sorry for that. And I will try to make sure it's been corrected. Thank you, my brother Akobondo. Yeah, it must have been, I have to come very close for me to speak and people can be able to hear. So I believe by the next broadcast tomorrow, it is going to be much, much better. I think that was what scared some people away, and now that we had a very scanty house today. I believe by tomorrow we are going to have a better program and will be better positioned to speak. I appreciate my beloved brother Maxwell, who has just made his contribution. And there was one of our brother who always joined me on live here, who came on. I think it was the same problem that he saw, and he left, and now that I believe that we're going to sort it out. So I appreciate everybody who has been able to connect to this very program today. I thank you wherever you have joined us from. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect you. Please, I want you to put this very question to your heart. Who are you loyal to? Answer that question. If you are not loyal to Biafra as a Biafran, please have a change of mind. Your loyalty should be to Biafra and Biafrans alone, not to an individual. It should be to Biafra. And always know that our battle is against the enemies. The institution that is holding us back, that is where our battle. That institution has some instrument they are using. They are terrorists they are using against us in uniform. They are agents in the southeast, governors and politicians. All these instruments they are using, they are part of the institution, and they are the real enemy. Our battle is not against any tribe. We are not at war with any tribe. We are not at war with any religion. It does not matter what religion. You have the right to practice whatever religion you deem fit. Go ahead. Religion is not a problem. Just like people talk about it, you see the people who are at war. You see the Israelites that are at war. Even in their wartime, you see them praying before they move out. They undergo a serious. I saw one of the videos where even the soldiers were being anointed in their forehead. They were making a sign of cross in their forehead before they go to war. So this faith thing is an individual thing. If you have faith on something, it's going to work for you. But where we have a problem is that when you begin to be lazy, when you leave your own responsibility and you are hoping on God to do everything for you, that is where we have a problem. That is where we have a problem. As for you practicing your religion, either a Muslim, a Christian, a traditionalist, we don't have a problem with that. What we have a problem with is you leaving your responsibility to Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, there are certain things he will not do for you. There are certain things he will not do. Not that he cannot do it, but he will not do it for you. It is your own duty to do it. Chukwu Okike Abiyama never created us to be lazy. The standard Chukwu Okike Abiyama created for human being is not to be lazy. You are given some responsibilities which only you and you alone must carry out. These responsibilities, you cannot run away from it. And the more you try to run away from it, the more it exposes you. The more it can even take to your death. When you leave your responsibility and you leave your, it can even lead to your death. There are certain things you must do as a human. There are certain things you must do as a human to rescue yourself. If you don't do them, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will not come from heaven and do it for you. That is where we have a problem. But the problem is not religion. I don't see religion as a problem. I don't see it. Those who are seeing it for a problem, I don't know the angle they are coming from. They are entitled to their own opinion. They are entitled to their opinion. But I know from my own understanding, our problem is not the religion. That's not the problem. Because even the religion you're talking about, the people that are being manipulated, are using that manipulative things in it, are still human beings like you. The religion you are blaming, it is still you and I that is manipulating it. Just like you see us in the Biafra restoration today, some people in this Biafra relation, they are just there to manipulate the struggle. They manipulate it and use it for their own selfish interest. Are you not going to blame all the agitators as manipulators? We are not all manipulators. We are not all. So that's the same thing you are seeing in religion. What you are seeing in this restoration of Biafra today is still what you are seeing in the religion. It is human being, you and I, that decided to carve into that falsehood. And that is why it is very important to have a system that checkmates everything you do. That is why government is important. That is why some people say after God, it is government. And God himself supported government. God gave instruction to you to obey government. It is because that government will in line, will put you in line and checkmate you, give you guidelines on what to do and what not to do. That is why it is very important that you have a sane government. If you do not have a sane government, you are doomed. No matter how careful you are, no matter how successful you think you are, if you don't have a sound system, a sound government, you are doomed. No matter how rich you are. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. It does not matter the kind of security you carry around, you can be kidnapped. It does not matter the kind of security you have, the kind of how rich you are, how well you are, you can be kidnapped. We have seen, is it one of the cardinal or whoever they kidnapped that, and that bishop or whatever whom they kidnapped? You see how highly placed he is. Such person has to be respected, but he was kidnapped. We have seen many people that goes with security, yeah, yet they were kidnapped. It is because the system on the ground is not favorable to anybody. Once you don't have a system that checkmates everything and make sure that people are in line, you will fall victim. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how poor you are. Look at the so-called Eperemadu. Eperemadu today is in jail in the US, in the UK, because of the system which he himself was part of. He never knew it's going to cut up with him. Eperemadu today is serving jail time in the United Kingdom because of the failed system which he himself was part of. So when you have a faulty system, it does not matter how highly placed you are. It does. You see some of them, when we are talking about this freedom, you see those ones who feel they have made it. They call themselves elites. They feel they have made it. They have all the money. They don't want to talk about it. All those billionaires in Biafra, they don't want to talk about it, and they think they're exonerated. You are not exonerated. One day, this one Nigeria will catch up with you. Every single one of them today, you see wealthy men. You see us begging for arm every day online. Every day we are begging for fundraising, and they turn a blind eye as if they're not seeing it. Every day we are calling for fundraising, they turn a blind eye. Instead, they will take that money and go and donate to our enemies. The day one Nigeria will catch up with you, because it is going to happen. It must definitely catch up with you. Because in this failed system, the failed system affects both the rich, the poor, and the wealthy. Everybody is going to affect you. Those of us who are fighting today, speaking up, is to make sure that it doesn't escalate. To try as much as we can to stop it, not to get to us. Because we know everybody will have the share. But you that is pretending, because simply maybe you feel you are wealthy, you feel you are secure, you feel you have security moving around you, a time will come when your money cannot save you. A time will come when your security cannot save you. A time will come when, even when you call Chukwu Gabi and not listen to you. Just take, for example, when it happened to Rocha Sokorocha remember Chukwu Gabiama. And yet, the EFCC entered through the roof and they catch him and they went away with him. Since after that incident, he has remained silent. What did they call it? Is it Ifan Yoba or whatever? When his convoy was attacked with all his security, he ran for his life. People lost their life. It does not matter how highly placed you are. As long as this faulty system in place, it is going to catch up with every one of you. Every one of you that feel that you are wealthy and don't want to talk, it will catch up with you. And you are going to pay dearly. Your own is going to be much painful. Your own is going to be more painful, because when you remember the stolen money you want to leave behind, you wish you come back, but you can never come back. May Chukwu be my guide and protect every one of us. I appreciate everybody that have been patient with me on this very broadcast today. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for having patience, regardless the problem we have on the voice today. I'm going to try to make sure I rectify it by tomorrow so that we can have a sound broadcast. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. May Chukwu come and guide and protect every Biafran across the world, wherever you are on the planet Earth as a Biafran. I appreciate you, and I pray that Chukwu will guide and protect you. May Chukwu come and guide and protect the ESN, the Biafran Liberation Army, guide and protect the Strike Force, guide and protect the Black Marine. May Chukwu come and guide and protect all our media warriors that are speaking genuinely for Biafra. May Chukwu come and guide and protect them. May Chukwu come and guide and protect all the members of the cabinet. May Chukwu come and guide and protect our prime minister. May Chukwu come and guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan. I pray that our freedom will come very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our prime minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan, shall prosper. Thank you so much for listening. Stay blessed. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. Thank you so much, and stay safe.